Good morning, this is Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, if you're new to these videos, when I say live, what I mean is that this is not a situation where everything's already been recorded and now I'm coming back and doing a voiceover or some sort of post commentary. Nothing like that. You are seeing myself get the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, raw reactions, you will get that with the video. If you want a nicely edited video, a nicely scripted video, you will not get this with the video. But if you want a nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading works, and like I said, you will certainly get that here. Now, what I'm doing right now, market opens up here in about 10 minutes, but I'm watching ticker symbol SCPS. That right there is the pre-market chart of it. And I'm very curious about that $22 mark. So much so that what I'm going to do here is just get this communicate to my chat room here. Now, if you're not familiar, at claytrader.com, I do offer a private community. 22 upside breakpoint here in pre-market or on the open. So there we go. SCPS has been alerted there at that $21 mark. Now, will 21 come into play? I have no idea. Again, these are live, so I truly don't know what's going to happen next. But at least there, the thought process is documented, and also just shows you how the community works. But yeah, looking for a potential upside break point on it. As I sit here and talk, it's almost 21.85, maybe even a little better entry point. Just looking for a quick scalp on it. So I'll go ahead and pause. Market opens up here in less than 10 minutes. Quick little update here. It is now pulled back quite a bit, down at 21. So a dollar below where it was alerted. Never went up there and broke through it, so never got any sort of confirmation or anything like that. But 22 has actually become that much more attractive now is if the price can recover back up to it. But just the update right now, nothing's occurred other than a pullback here, but still watching closely. So what I'm going to do here is actually get this updated here because actually I'll just type in instead of break of 21.85 and then hopping in with expectations it gets up through 22. So in other words, no longer really looking at 22 as a key upside break. I'm looking at 21.85, and if it gets through that level, then hopping in with expectations it goes up to 22 and beyond. So that's the current game plan. And again, those alerts, it's not like people have to take them. It's not a group of sheep. We're like a group of wolves, right? We're all searching. We can all think for ourselves, but we'll still share overall ideas with people, but it's still up to each trader to make that decision for themselves. So this is not like a bunch of puppets that are now going to do that. Some people may look at that and say, nah, that doesn't really fit my strategy. Nah, that doesn't really fit my personal risk tolerance. And that's totally fine because we're all different in that regard. But maybe some people might like it somewhat, might make their own tweaks to it. So again, not a bunch of sheep, but a bunch of wolves working together, pointing things out, and then letting each individual trader figure out what that best see fits. But who knows? Maybe something else will pop up at the last second, and I won't even be watching this at the open. I suppose you never know. Market does open up here in less than 3 minutes. All right, the market has now officially opened, and I am indeed watching SCPS out of the opening gates. Although very slow open here. All right, there we go. In at 20, there we go. Got the break. Out there, 22.33 for a quick scalp, $166. And look at it go. And it looked like it's now going to get halted. Yeah, hindsight, didn't play that one quite right, but I wanted to start the morning off with a nice profitable trade. And in order to do that, I figured doing a scalp. Wow. Woo, look at that gap. That and that's why we're all wolves, but you can see it right there. I bought, wow, I got filled at 22. I thought I'd get filled a little bit sooner before there, but I let it break through the 21.85. I mean, you saw me what I was looking for. So that all occurred, looking for it to get up through 22, and now members are looking at potentially a massive score because this is halted right now, and it's looking like, no way it opens up at $26. If it does, I hope so. That'd be great for members. Not good for me. But like I said, for me, my goal, I just wanted to start off the day with a highly likely profitable trade, and I made that highly likely by requiring it just to be a scalp. Yes, in hindsight, I chose poorly, but that's why I'm worth a whole lot of money in my hindsight account. But I'm still going to take it. I was in that trade for all of quite literally 2 seconds. You can see my times down here if you're not familiar with my screen. So that shows the time of the order. And you can see the first order right there, 9:30 and 24 seconds. The buy got out 9:30 and 26 seconds. So 2 seconds later and $166. So I'm not a greedy savage. I will take it. But wow, look at this thing. Now it's suggesting maybe it opens up way up there. Fantastic. That's good. That could be a huge score for members. Huge score for members. 32? No, come on. And that's the goofy part about halts is you never quite know where they're going. 35? Wow. All right, well, I'll keep you posted just on where this ultimately opens up because this is looking like it's going to be a massive, massive win for members, which I'm very excited about. Watching 140, well, I was going to say 140.25, but it just broke down through it. Clearly was not convinced enough as I didn't take the trade. But watching mRNA, SCPC still has not opened up yet. Okay, things have returned back down to reality a little bit. $25. Still awesome, though. If it opens up at 25 from where people could have gotten in at $22 or below, that's going to be a big, big score for people. But, I mean, this thing may just keep on skyrocketing upwards and then get halted again to the upside. But, yeah, overall, pretty excited for members. Let's see what Roku's doing here. I'm trying to break out right now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, watching 350 here. Excuse me. I missed it. Shoot. All right, well, I tried to get short at 350. If you look at my screen there, you would have seen a white order show up. White means that I submitted it to the market. I just didn't get filled on it. So that is a missed trade at 350. All right, never mind. I'll go ahead and pause. Another level that I'm currently watching here, Tesla 621.60 flush point. Flush meaning pricing going down. So the first trade you saw, I was making money because prices were going up, which is the traditional way. But believe it or not, for those of you that are new to the markets, you can make money when prices go down also. That is known as going short. And that's what I'm looking at potentially here, although maybe even a higher entry point right up there at 624. And I missed that one. All right, good. Got filled on the back test there. So let's see if we can get this thing to come down here. Again, got filled at 624. I'd like to see this thing roll back over here. There it goes to 624. Let's see if we can get that push to the downside. Well, right now it's being stubborn. Okay, there's the break. Well, that was a terrible follow through though. There we go. Ah, come on. Well, that was the break I wanted, but I didn't really get much follow through from it. And now it's bouncing back up. See what it wants to do. I mean, if it comes back down now, that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful setup. There it goes, coming back down. Can this be the move here, finally? Come on, get down through 623. There we go. Let's see here. It's trying to bounce again. Come on, make a push down through 623. Get moving here. Can it get down through 622? You know, I'm just going to get out there. Whoops. Now I'm long. All right, well, that was a train wreck of a trade. $74. Gave it plenty of time to move, to break down, and ended up taking, well, yeah. And now you can see it bouncing here. I'm still going to watch it, though. If this thing comes back down again, that is a very interesting setup here still. But, yeah, I just couldn't get the breakout. Or, excuse me, breakdown, which, again, I wanted because I was short. But nonetheless, still made $74 on it. Wasn't a very clean trade. Didn't really behave the way I wanted it to behave. I mean, I was right in the sense of it did break down, but I was wrong in the sense of I thought it would break down a little bit more. And now look at this bounce. So we'll see what it wants to do. Like I said, if it wants to come back down here again, we could definitely have some potential. But, all right, I'll go ahead and pause. And wow, what a score for members. Absolutely nailed it. Absolutely stings. Oh, man. But you can see here, it's halted once again, but opened up at about 25, skyrocketed up to basically 28, got halted, and now it's showing a potential open of maybe 40. I doubt it opens at 40. But regardless, to know, I mean, you saw everything play out. I don't really need to explain anything. To know that members had the opportunity to get in at 22 or below and could still very realistically be holding. This actually isn't unrealistic because, I mean, you saw how it played out, gapped up, and then could they still be, I mean, even in that pullback right there, they still would have been up basically $1 per share. So, I mean, very realistically, members are still holding right now on the long side. So that definitely makes the Tesla trade feel a little bit better. But overall, fantastic move. And I kid about, I should have, but in all actuality, I had a trade plan. I had good reasoning for my trade plan. I followed my trade plan. So yes, I am very happy with that trade because I followed the trade plan and I didn't break from the trade plan. Yes, I know, had I broken from the trade plan, I could be making a lot of money, but that's just not a good habit to have when you are breaking trade plans. Because guess what? And I speak from multiple personal experiences here. When you start breaking trade plans, bad things happen. And that was just not my trade plan to have gone for a bigger move like this. I wanted, like I said, to make it a very likely trade. I can't say guaranteed, but a highly likely profitable trade. And in order to do that, had to make it a scalp. But it just, I chose poorly, but I chose what I thought was best for me. And it just, it didn't quite work out in that regard. But that's the key lesson here is don't let those voices that show up and say, had you broken, Mr. Trader, Tom the Trader, had you broken your rules of your trade plan, you'd be making a lot more money. You know what voice never shows up though? The voice that says, Tom, the trader, had you followed the rules, you would not be down a lot of money right now. That voice never shows up where it acknowledges the fact that, your decision-making process actually was protecting your account. So just, you're not alone when you have those voices show up. They show up to me. They're trying to show up right now, but I totally played that trade right because it fit my parameters of what I was looking to do, get myself off to a green start. And so far, everything's been working fine. I mean, even after that Tesla trade, which was just not a very solid trade, still up $240 in the market at that point. It had only been open basically 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, $240, I'll take it. Let's see if I can find another trade somewhere, though. I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, right now, watching mRNA 142.15, flush point, 1 minute. Keep in mind the context. So that looks like a potential short area here. Or to be fair, maybe this is just the start of a much bigger move, to which if it is, I'm going to try to get some short at 143.55, just get filled on the offer. If it wants to shoot up that way, because as of right now, not looking like 142.15. Nope, it's going to come into play. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if it's a fake break of 143. So 142.65. Okay, I can see people getting excited that it's broken one in at 142.69. Let's see if we can get this moving now to the downside here a bit. Nice. What in the world was that? How did I not get filled there at 142.51? Wow, that turned around quickly. Turned around real quickly there. That was bizarre. See if it wants to make another trip back to the downside here. Took out some for a loss there just because I'm not quite sure what this thing wants to do now. Yeah, all out there for a loss of 196. That was goofy. So still up $40 on the day, but wow, that was crazy. It was pulling back in my favor. It was looking fantastic, and then just like that, shot upwards. So I'm not done with it though, because this move is, I mean, look at the 5-minute on this thing. This is just getting ridiculous right now. So, I mean, I'm not done with it, but that was just some flat out craziness there. Could see 144 being a potential flush point to the downside. Oh, missed that one though. Well, that was a bummer. That was a bummer for sure, but I mean, I'm glad I got out, because had I not gotten out, look, I mean, that move there would have put me right on the day. But, you know, and that's actually that brings about a very, very valid point, which is what I'm talking about here, is I chose wrong again. What did I choose? I chose not to scalp out. Now, had I just taken the entire 500 shares off at 142.51, that would have been like, what about, let's call it $75 in my pocket, just like that. $75 in my pocket. But because I chose to not to scalp and then hold on to things, what happened? It ended up costing me money. So that's just why, you know, in this situation, you consider and say, well, Clay, you should have scalped. You're right, I should have scalped in that situation. Just like in the first situation, I should not have scalped. So do you see how the market kind of works? You're never going to have it figured out. So it kind of sucks for me, but in a sick and twisted way, a solid example there. 143.75. Wondering if that's a long. Oh, I did 140.75. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Look at Tesla go. I probably should just call it a day, because what is that, 626? That's interesting. That is a good setup. That's not me imagining stuff either. Right in at 626. Let's see a push down here to at least 625.50. It's bouncing right now, but I still think there's some weakness here. So let's see if this thing wants to come back down. Getting at 626.08 is my exact entry point there. Although 626.85-ish area is being very stubborn. All right, there we go. Okay, now we're getting a pullback here. Can we get down through 626 though? Back up it goes. Wow, this is just not my morning, huh? if this thing goes up over 628, I'm going to have to bow out and have a red day. It's looking like this thing wants to get up through that level. Well, just not my day. Approaching, got to get out. So there's a loss there. So now I'm down $583 on the day, and look at it go. And that was a good setup too. I didn't do anything wrong there. That was not a forced trade. When the chart was looking like that, that was beautiful. It just didn't work out, and now look at the thing go. So again, I'm glad I got out where I did, but well, what a turnaround. Absolutely beautiful, 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 beautiful day for members. And then for me, well, not so much. Well, I apologize. It was a very, very fast trade, so much so that I didn't even have time to get the recording going, but shorted mRNA at 142.01, got out 50 cents lower, so for right around a $250 gain. So down 315 right now. And look at this. Congratulations, members. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that craziness. I should have held, huh? I should have held. Hey, like I said at the beginning of this thing, this is live. I had no idea that any of this was going to be going on. But welcome to the wonderful world and an oftentimes frustrating world of being a trader, because this is the sort of stuff that can happen. Maybe I'm crazy, but this Tesla move has got to act human at some point. So watching 629.50. As a potential entry point here. But who knows? Maybe this is truly a strong move. And I missed it. Are you serious? Of course I missed it, and then it goes right in my favor. Well, that just kind of summarizes my day. I don't know how I missed that one. I thought I was giving myself plenty of wiggle room there. So yeah, that would have been a nice little scalp. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. I will take 629 short, but it's got to first get back over 630. So step one for me, it's got to get up over 630 first and then come back down. If it doesn't do that, then I'm just not interested. So we'll see if that can occur, but I want to at least get my thoughts documented here. But I don't know if it'll happen. Well, there we go. Can it get up over 630? It's trying. Look at that, 629.50 coming back into play here again. In at, oh, nice. Got in at 630, actually. I thought I was getting in closer to 629.50. But I think this thing wants to roll back over here finally. Or else I'm just an idiot today. I am just an idiot. Look at this. Well, I got to let this chill out here a second. Well, time to not let it chill out anymore. All right, all out there, now down $1,500, and I am done for the day. Very disappointed. This is about as bad as it gets for traders. Truly about as bad as it gets. And wow, to think I have to post this on YouTube. Oh, I'm not even going to try to act like I don't want to post this on YouTube. I do not want to post this on YouTube, but I hit the record button, so it is going on YouTube. And wow. Another nice setup there, and it just did not work out. And look at Tesla go. Well, I don't really have much to say. All I can really say is I am excited for members that they hopefully did massively well on SCPS. Where is that one right now? Up in the 40s right now. Oh, still hasn't opened up. But yeah, I'm disappointed, very disappointed just to think how backwards this day went. And like, I will contest both those Tesla trades. Let me go. Let's take a quick recap here. First Tesla trade that got me. Love that setup. Then took the trade right there. Liked that setup. And then, but I mean, this, are you serious? And wow, had I gone in a frozen mode, look at that. That lot, what I got out at 634. This thing's gone up as high as 6. So yeah, that could have been, and look at it, it's still going. So moral of the story there is just get out. But all right, well, I don't have much else to say. If you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. I know the trolls will be out in full force for this one. So yes, troll away. But that's, I'm not even going to try to act like it. I am disappointed right now. Not in myself, but just in the way the day unfolded. And some days will unfold like this. It's just, you choose the wrong strategies. And then sometimes you just, the setups that, that work out most of the time don't work out. And then you can find yourself in situations like this. I'm glad that my month is still green. So it's not like I gave back my entire month or anything like that today, but still a frustrating day. So everybody take care. If you enjoy the videos like this, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Little things like that go a long way. Yeah, everybody take care, and hopefully you had a better day than I did. Well, I am back, and believe it or not, I think I'm about to go green here. I am loving this setup, watching 143.50 here. I'm only down now $40 with commissions, probably right around $100. But I've continued to trade. I've continued to take quality setups. And I'm watching 143.50 right now. Not looking for anything big on this one. In at 143.50. Let's see if we can get some more of the breakdown here. Sitting on the bid, and all out there for, let's see, what was that? $125 score. And I'll show you the brokers. Now I'm up $84, but like I said, with commissions, I'm not quite sure what that actually is going to amount to. So I'm going to go ahead and pause right now, and I'll let my broker update its behind the scenes thing. And then I'll get you back those final numbers. So here is my brokerage behind the scenes of Lightspeed here that tracks everything with the commissions. And with commissions, you can see up $5.58. And from where I last left you, I'm very, very happy with that. The setups finally started to work out just like you saw there. And you saw me walk through it. I felt very, very confident in it. It was a scalp, and it turned out just fine. And it brought me back to the green. Now, something you may be asking, and it's a wise question. I hope you're asked, Clay, you said you were done. Clay, you said you just need to be done. And you know, right? You know what? I think it can be argued from both sides, but it's one of those, the one thing that I would make, the more I reflected on it, and the more I'm reflecting on it right now as I talk to you, but as I told you in that previous segment, it was not me being a moron. It was not me running around just randomly doing stuff. It was not me, just being a maniac. It was just a matter of, first off, choosing the wrong strategy, right? Think back to that very first trade. I chose to scalp. I should have held. Then the second one, I should have scalped, but no, I decided to hold, and then that's what cost me money. And then Tesla was just setups that didn't work out. I didn't do anything wrong on those. They were beautiful setups. They were high probability setups, but here's the tricky part of the market. There's no guaranteed setups. There's high probability setups, but high probability setups and guaranteed setups are not the same. But so the more I thought, I was like, Clay, I am not a maniac. Things just are not working out. I mean, you've been right with your trades, but you're just wrong in the sense of the strategy that you use. Again, going back to should I hold or should I scalp out? And then Tesla, those were just goofy ones. That was just stupidness, right? I mean, how often are those setups going to occur to you back to back and lose you money? Not very often at all. And upon reflection, I thought, you know what? If you see any good setups, just take the trade. And I saw high probability setups, and guess what? They started to work. And then they worked again. And then they worked even again. And before you knew it, I was thinking, you know what? Wow, maybe I should get another video up here just to kind of update the situation here. As it was quite the big turnaround. And as I was telling you, I really like the chances to be able to get through or to get back to the green on that one setup here that you saw take place there. So there you go. I'm actually now closing up the day $5.58 right there. But that's really, and it's a fine line. Clay, no, you just were angry. You were revenge trading. You were just wanting to get your money back. And I do understand that. And in many situations, you're probably right. For traders, that's a valid claim. But in this situation, you saw stuff play out. And that's why I like these videos, is it makes me be able to look back and say, Clay, are you sure it was like that, or you just imagine it? And when you look back, it's like, no. SCPS, huge monster winner for members. You just chose to scalp instead of hold. And then mrna. Oh, that turned out to be a loser. Well, that was a loser because you decided not to scalp, but to hold. But had you chose to scalp, that would have been a winner. So again, you were right that it started to go in your direction. You were just wrong in the management side of things. And then again, Tesla. Oh yeah, those were good setups. Trust me, I went back and looked at them. Am I sure I wasn't missing anything? Nope, those were good quality setups, but high probability setups, like I said, and guaranteed setups are just not the same thing. I should note though, and I should have mentioned at the end of the first one, but yeah, I have no problem admitting at the end of that first segment, I was so mentally beaten down that I totally forgot. But if you are interested in getting the alerts that you saw here, especially that first alert that turned out to be an absolute monster for members, all you got to do is go to claytrader.com/team, and that is $99 for 3 months. Not per month, but for 3 months. So the question there becomes, if I invest $99 to join the service, do I believe I can get at least $8.25 per week of value? Because that's what it breaks down to, $8.25 per week. If you think you can get at least $8.25 per week of value, you will get a great return on your investment. So be sure to check that out. And then also, as far as these videos are concerned, please hit that like button and leave a comment below if you enjoy them. These are not easy to make at all. I have to think for myself. I have to think for the community in terms of what alerts I want to make. I have to type up those alerts. I have to think for my own trade plans. I have to enter my trade plans, all while talking to you and thinking about what I have to say to you. So these videos, are they doable? Yes. Are they difficult? Absolutely. So if you would like me to keep making these videos, then a quick, easy way to communicate that to me, hit the like button, leave a comment. And it can be a thumbs up emoji. It can be a smiley face emoji. I don't need some sort of 5-paragraph essay comment. I just mean any comment at all if you enjoy these videos and if you want me to keep making these videos, because they're not easy, but I will keep doing them if I know that there's interest. And the quick way to show interest, hit the like button, leave a comment below, even if it's a very, very basic comment such as thumbs up, thanks, smiley face. Get creative with your emojis. A rainbow, I don't care. Just throw up an emoji. And then also check out the channel as a whole. And you'll see some days, especially if you go through the live trade segment, some days are a breeze. Some days are boom, $500 in 2 minutes. Other days are like this where nothing goes right, but I stuck with it. I realized that I hadn't been doing anything wrong, and then looky there, ended up getting back green on the day. So hopefully, if you're still watching this, I mean, what is it? That puts it at about 30-minute video. I appreciate you watching all the way through, truly. I really do thank you for that, and hopefully you got some valuable information, more so from the trading psychology standpoint. But yeah, these days truly are the worst when they happen, but sometimes they can turn around, and this was the day where it turned around. So everybody, thank you again, and take care. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.